Next on Worcester News Tonight, one of their busiest nights of the year. Local and state police are cracking down on drunk driving. Plus, the cold weather expected on Thanksgiving, pushing high school football games to tonight. We have reaction. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. Thanksgiving high school football games across Massachusetts are being played tonight rather than on the actual holiday. Freezing cold temperatures are expected and are the reason for the change. Our Cam Jandro spoke with fans at Central Massachusetts games tonight to see how they feel about the change in tradition.
Anna, things have cooled off significantly here in Central Massachusetts, and things are only expected to go even lower. Some teams, like BVT and Nipmuc, canceling their games because they're both going to Gillette Stadium to play for state championships next week. But some teams did want to get their games in tonight. Thanksgiving football kicks off Wednesday night in Central Massachusetts. More than a dozen area high school games have been pushed forward one day due to freezing cold temperatures expected Thursday.
And it's pretty cool. I never got to play in anything like this, so I hope they enjoy the moment and embrace it.
One of the teams playing on Thanksgiving Eve is the Leicester Wolverines. Head coach Tim Griffith says not playing on Turkey Day will be different.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm kind of forced to hang out with my family now. I'm sure they'll be a little disappointed, but it is what it is. I'll get to see my brother maybe on a holiday, so it'll be nice. But
people taking in the Wachusett-Shrewsbury game were bundled up tight Wednesday night. The area is expected to barely reach double-digit temperatures Thursday morning. For some, Thanksgiving football is a tradition, and it's unfortunate to play the day before.
I mean, I think it kind of gyps the seniors out of, their senior day on Thanksgiving and all that, but, I mean, I don't think they really care. What they get to play in right now is pretty cool.
For others, football is football, regardless of the day.
It's way better playing in the snow. Way better. I'll take this. This is fine. Some nice snow. Not bad.
Now, while it will still be very cold tomorrow, some teams opting to play on Thanksgiving Day because it's just a tradition they didn't want to let go. Anna?
Thanks, Cam. State and local police are prepared to step up patrols tonight. They say it's known as one of the busiest drinking nights of the year. And with an estimated 54 million people on the roads this holiday, the safety concern increases. Our Chandler Walsh has more.
It's one of the busiest bar nights. Worcester's Whiskey on Water says they bring in their most revenue the night before Thanksgiving.
This is kind of like the bar and restaurant industry's Black Friday.
To be prepared, co-owner Michael Ehrlich says they'll have police detail, 8 security staff, and 3 more staff at the door.
If there were to be some type of unruly action in the bar, having that number of people in there, I think would help eliminate that pretty quickly.
Local and state police say they'll be on the lookout for drunk driving.
We will be out in full force.
According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, about 800 people died from impaired driving during the Thanksgiving holiday from 2013 to 2017. State police warn residents before sitting in the driver's seat.
Just don't drink and drive, because if you do, chances are you're going to get caught and you're going to ruin your holiday.
Worcester police say Thanksgiving Eve is one of the few nights a year where city bars see extra large crowds. They're taking safety measures to make sure people are safe on and off the roads.
We have about 10 or so extra officers on the road, generally focusing on the bar areas. There are also a lot of detail officers at various bars that get crowded, so there are quite a few extra officers out there.
Lieutenant Murtha says anyone on the roads Wednesday night should drive defensively and anticipate what other cars may do. And for people who are drinking, he says don't overdo it and don't get behind the wheel.
If you're drinking at all, you probably shouldn't drive, especially if you're a younger person, you're relatively new to drinking. It's a good rule of thumb. If you're going to drink at all, just use an Uber or have a friend drive you.
Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
And for people out in the city tonight, Lieutenant Murtha says it's important to stay with friends and avoid pedestrian-involved accidents by staying on the sidewalks. Switching gears now, a family member is indicted on 4 counts of murder in the killings of a West Brookfield mother and her 3 young children. 32-year-old Matthew Locke was also indicted for armed burglary and arson. He was charged with 4 counts of murder back in September and held without bail since that time. The bodies of 38-year-old Sarah Bermudez, 8-year-old Madison, 6-year-old James, and 2-year-old Michael were found in their home in March. A Shrewsbury man is formally charged with murder in the death of 38-year-old Marlene Bleu. Bleu was found face down in the water in Lake Quinsigamond back in July. 33-year-old Joseph Dalrymple was previously charged with strangulation or suffocation with serious bodily injury. He will be arraigned on the new murder charge at a later date. Growing each year, a Southbridge family prepares Thanksgiving dinner. This year, they're expecting more than 200 people. As our Rosalind Flaherty tells us, they say the goal is to make sure no one is alone or hungry on the holiday.
It's been a tradition for the Carrasco family for the last 6 years.
Every year there's just a story that really refreshes my heart.
The family and volunteers provide a community Thanksgiving meal on the holiday for anyone who doesn't want to be alone.
Just want to make sure everybody knows that they're part of a community and part of a family.
Wednesday, Rebecca and her kids load up their car with donated items for the meals. She says they plan to serve about 200 people at the Elm Street Congregational Church in Southbridge. They also deliver meals to anyone who can't make their own.
I think the first year we only had one person from the community come, but everybody just enjoyed it so much that we just said we're going to keep doing it.
Rebecca Carrasco says helping others isn't just important to her. It's also important to her children, who say they enjoy doing it every year.
You get to see people smile on their faces when they get to be a part of the community. It's happy, but it's also fun.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.